I don't know how we'd achieve what we achieve without Accelerated Reader, because I think to have 30 individualised quizzes on books in the morning just wouldn't be possible. Accelerated Reader is fantastic because of the independence the children have with using it. It fits really well at the beginning of the day. By having that space in the morning for AR, sometimes at the end of the day as well, you know they're on task because they've got their quiz, they've got their book. It enables the teacher to go round, get an idea of how they are reading, how they're engaging, what they need support with. The children really love the validation, and I think by putting their quiz score in their reading record and, a smiley face or a stamp, it is that recognition, and unfortunately some children just don't get that at home.
One of the children today came to me and he's already reached 1 million words read, so he's our first Plumcroft millionaire of this academic year. We've bought him a book, which is what we do with all of our millionaires, and he's enjoying reading, he's enjoying that challenge, and that love of reading is what we're keen to foster.
Where AR is so precise, you know that there's not going to be a child who's too challenged and then put off reading, or a child where they're reading something that's too easy and they're going to get bored.
The understanding of the reading process and making sure that the children are reading the right books has been a real eye-opener for us all the way back to when we first signed up. Finding out that some of the books that we've used for many, many years potentially were too challenging for some of the year groups we were pitched at.
It also fits really nicely into any type of guided reading carousel. You can have a group with the teacher, a group with the teaching assistant, but also we need some really valuable holding tasks and activities for the children not working with those adults.
One of the things we wanted to do was have a way of standardising scores for our pupils, a way of hanging our hat on a set of data that would allow us to compare children's progress and attainment with that of national expected levels. I think what it's given us is a really clear language throughout the school of progress and attainment. It's given us a way to communicate with parents that's really, really clear, whether your child is in year 1 or year 2 or year 5 or year 6. We talk about how they've made big leaps, and we celebrate those successes with the children.
The STAR assessment gives us really accurate data for every single child in the school, and we do that every 6 weeks. So it's a really clear picture of their starting point in autumn 1 and their progression every single half term. So I think for a class teacher, but also for a leadership team, it's a really efficient way of seeing gaps and seeing what you need to do next for your literacy strategy and for your numeracy strategy. You know where they are, and then to go into the individual report and know exactly what that child's targets are. That is great, and that's something we can share with parents. In terms of the other tools, Myon, for example, it's just having all of those texts available to the children. We do workshops, so we do reading workshops with the parents, and we go through how they can use Myon at home, how to support their child with Accelerated Reader, what questions to ask their children. There's a lot of children whose parents don't have enough money to buy those texts, so the fact that they can log on at home and have access to all of those is a game changer, really. They can take ownership of it, so they can read what they want to read, and I think that kind of reading for pleasure is really what we want to encourage.